So you're going to drink that whole thing right now to start?
It's up to you guys. What do you want me to do?
Well, tell the folks at home why and what you are doing.
All right, so for the Golden Globes, I took a bet that Adam Driver was going to win Best Actor.
Against nobody.
Excuse me?
Like, no one challenged you to that bet. You just bet.
Well, no, I was just and first of all, I thought you were going to ride out with me on this.
I did comment, but I've two actually good excuses. One, it's 1 p.m. You know?
Well, that just shows the dedication,
So
hard
I'm not
work
going to
I
get
put
blackout at 1 p.m., start texting people, you up? Like, yeah, I'm up. I'm on my lunch break.
He had this whole thing
Two,
out.
no, I didn't even, I forgot you even drink. What is that?
It's actually a Four Loko hard seltzer. Remember the one that you sent me?
Two, I have to edit this podcast after, and I take my job, unlike you, very seriously. And
I'm taking it seriously.
I don't want
Look
to
what I'm doing.
If he doesn't
damage my work for not even us, just the millions of people listening.
If he does it now, we're gonna progressively see him get drunker and drunker through the podcast. Which I can't wait
But
for that. It's
you
gonna be
don't
fun.
have to edit out you don't have to edit out his sips.
No, well,
Yeah, he's gonna chug it.
the thing is, I'm going to chug it. So let's just get it out of the way, and then I'll be like,
If you
drive
burp,
it for a while.
if you burp though, can you go the other way?
Yes.
I really want
Yes.
to smell.
When's
it.
the last time
It's
you had
gonna
a
make me
Four
wanna throw up.
Loko?
I couldn't tell you. It probably was
The last time you
recently.
chugged it?
I shotgunned. I lost another bet, and that was a
was
miracle
disgusting.
bet. That was a miracle bet. I thought it was never going to happen.
Maybe just start betting like Michelob Ultras. Why do you gotta go to Four Loko?
Because what's the fun in that?
True.
This is going to be fun for the. I think the listeners as well.
Did you drive here?
I did, but I'm probably going to Uber home.
Good.
Yeah, good for the court.
Your Honor, I clearly said on this podcast.
Pictures of Nash just hanging out of his car.
All right, fill it up. We'll do the little intro thing. And
Hello,
we'll do
everybody.
the
Welcome
intro.
back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver, joined today by Aaron, Nash, and Teddy. And we are here to talk
Yo.
about the world of... Oh, sorry, Ted. Yeah,
That's all right.
I didn't go clockwise there.
Yeah, that was
Last
weird.
but
You
not
kind of
least.
zigzagged.
All right, so it only fits. I have to chug it out of
Oh,
the
so
cup.
you're sipping like it's
No, I'm
whiskey.
I
No,
just
he's gonna put that cup down and he's gonna fill it up again.
yeah,
And put that
because
cup
I
down.
think it will go down my gullet easier through the cup.
So should we all just watch him do it or just continue?
We'll
I'll watch.
do the intro. Tell them what the podcast is about, where they can listen
Podcast.
to.
We
while
talk
he's
about the world
chugging.
of movies, TV, video games, pop culture, sports today too. And you can listen to this podcast on iTunes at the Nerd Soup Podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, and follow us on Twitter at Nerd Soup, Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup, Anthony JQ Nash. Get us on Instagram, Nerd Soup for you, and send us your questions at nerdsoupforyou@gmail.com.
And like and subscribe.
We got a lot of good stories actually. I don't even
Always
think we can
throw that
take
in
fan
there.
questions.
You have to.
Because we have so many big topics.
There's a lot of things you didn't include too. I feel like.
I know. I had to push some topics aside.
Yeah.
It was a tough meeting.
Can we start with the baseball one or no?
No.
Oh, I would love to.
Do we end on that?
Yeah, we'll end off on that.
No, we got to open with Ezra Miller on the CW.
No, we don't. Oscars.
Isn't that last?
Yeah, that is last. I don't know how Ezra got in there
Or in the show or in the.
in the show and
Yeah.
the podcast, right?
We were just talking about that too with the new movie. That's
Good week
that's
for
fun.
I
that kid.
saw the topics, and I was like Snoop Dogg, like who?
Soldier Boy, Ezra.
Since you don't know shit about the Oscars, I think this will be a good time to chug while we open it up.
Yeah, because I mean I'm doing the same thing.
I'll tell you what though, Nash every year watches the Oscars. So
That I do.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
What do you want, a fucking medal?
What, for doing my job?
Yeah, Oscar nominations happened Monday morning, which I don't know why they do it so early. It's not really that early. What was it, 9
But
a.m.?
why though? Like,
8 a.m.?
That's
Probably
how
sh-
snobby they are. They were gonna do it at 6 in the morning.
Well, in not the UK, in California, it's like 5 in the morning. Imagine living there.
Is that where it's coming
in
out?
California.
Yeah, they do it in
That's
Hollywood.
where it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh, the California slick.
But
Well,
yeah,
do you want to go award by award? We could start with Best Picture.
I think it's just we can all just jumble in. I think
Okay,
most
yeah,
of the awards are pretty
Aaron
much.
Soup.
That's structure. Yeah.
All right, fine. Go award by award.
No, I actually like that idea.
The jumble?
No, I like mine better, but
Well, then do your-
I'm a team player. I go with the flow.
One thing I do.
Ford versus Ferrari,
Yes.
the Irishman.
Well, any surprises left out for Best Picture?
The Lighthouse. I mean, the 10 spots. You got 10 spots.
The thing is,
every year.
I think the Oscars should kick off award season because I feel like by now we know what's going to get nominated, and we pretty much know who's going to win
They gave 9.
between two or three, either actors or movies. That
I heard
have
it's a
actual
5-man
shot.
race for Best Picture.
Really?
I don't
If
know.
I-
That's some website put that.
This is
Do you remember the
Parasite,
films?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The
I didn't
Irishman.
read it because I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's clearly an 8-man race.
Do we already say
This is actually a
what
stacked
film's
category.
going to win?
I don't want to say that, but I will say that, yeah, it's a stat category.
Oh, my God.
It's the best picture nominee list that we've had since 2012. Every time Quentin Tarantino drops a movie, 2012 was
2018 was solid.
not like this. What was 2018? Call Me By Your Name?
Yeah. Blade Runner got left out. And there's always these movies that...
Last year was pitiful.
It's like Midsummer was probably one of my favorite movies of the year, but I'm just not expecting, and Lighthouse, not expecting it for Best Picture. So I never really can get too upset.
So you're the New York voter who doesn't vote? That's what you are? Like, the Democrats are going to get it anyway. You got to fight for what you believe in. You should be on Twitter standing for Midsummer.
I'm surprised Jojo Rabbit snuck in there for Best Picture at least.
That was
It was a good movie, but
I feel like
for Best
recently
Picture,
they're opening it up to different categories. Well,
that was more of a comedy to me.
yeah, not categories, but like comedic. There's been more horror recently. It's nice to see.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been more pleased and upset at the Oscars because I look at all these movies and I'm like, I think all of them belong. I think they should go to 10 spots, but I have so many problems in the other categories. Like Best Director, I mean, the obvious is Greta Gerwig being left out. And a couple of other directors. I mean, Todd Phillips, listen, he did a great thing in taking the Joker. He took a comic book character and gave it a Martin Scorsese backstory. That's awesome, but I don't know if he belongs there. I mean, Nash, you didn't like Joker, right?
I think that doesn't even belong there in the top
Oh, the Best Pictures,
yeah,
right?
fuck that.
Well, easy with that.
The Lighthouse is better than the Joker.
But that's not
think
a
you
movie
take
that
Jo-
will get
yeah,
Yeah, I
nominated.
know.
take
It's not
Jojo
an
Rabbit out.
Oscar, quote-unquote.
It got a
Oscar
cinematography nod, though, and I think Deakins probably did the best work. 1917 was just an amazing movie to watch and experience. But The Lighthouse, the cinematography and the way they shot that was mesmerizing. It was. I know Deakins is going to win, but I think they're 1-2 right now. But Best Picture, what are you going to do? Director, though, Greta Gerwig, when the Golden Globes came out, and that was like the first like push of no Greta Gerwig. I didn't see Little Woman yet. Now that I saw it, I fucking love that movie. And I think that if she got nominated, I think it would be well-deserved. But
No love for The Farewell
yeah,
in any
another one.
category.
Todd Phillips, I think he's fringe too, but there's a lot of good directors. I mean, you have Scorsese and Tarantino. They're pretty much locks at this point to get that nomination. Bong Joon-ho. So, I don't know. I think she should have gotten there, but I don't know if it's that egregious.
I think it is because...
I just knew Todd Phillips was going to get... He was getting nominated for everything
But
else.
it's also Lulu Wang. Yeah, it's weird the way that they... I don't know. The Academy, to me, is just... They go with trends, and I've always commended them for being the award show that does nominate the best movies, or they try to.
Oh, I thought
They
Little
do the
Woman
best.
was better than Joker, and I think Greta Gerwig did better than Todd Phillips, but I'm not surprised that this was the nominee list.
Yeah, but it's okay, but it's still disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Noah Baumbach. He didn't get nominated either, right?
No, he didn't. But he was nominated for Best Screenplay, right? Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah.
So
And Sam Mendes, 1917, might be the front runner after the Golden Globe
for
win.
Best Director,
Yeah.
I hope not. That's, to me, again, it's cinematography. I would like to see it. But like you said, it's not going to be a surprise if he wins it, and then the guy I want to win it doesn't.
Yeah.
Parasite, I'm surprised it didn't get any acting nominees.
That hurts it for Best Picture, I think.
Yeah.
That was another bet I took, too,
What?
for Best Director.
Yeah.
I took...
That was a
what's
money
his
bet,
face?
though. That's worse.
Yeah, I know.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, I took Bong Joon-ho over Sam.
Nash,
You gonna start that or no?
yeah.
Should I do it?
Nash calls me. He's like, what's the line on Adam Driver? I'm like, I gave it out. I'm like, I like it too. He's like, Bong Joon-ho. I'm like, yeah, it's a lock too. So I wasn't even going to bet, and then Nash put it in my head.
Oh, you put
I'm
money
like,
on the
yeah,
on
we
an
put-
account?
Oh, hell
I put
yeah.
money, and I was so confident with Adam Driver that I
I was too.
added
I'm
the
like, you know
local
what? I am. You know, I just won some money from the playoffs, and I'm like, all right, let's let it ride.
I got fucking cracked this playoffs.
I am betting
Derrick
every-
Henry has made me a not rich man, but like I got a couple bucks in my pocket.
Yeah.
He killed me twice.
Lunchtime is looking good, you know?
I'm ordering an IPA instead of a Bud Light. You
Okay,
know?
I just have to butt in here. Charlize Theron for Bombshell is a joke. If you have seen Bombshell, it's a fun movie.
Aquafina should. I mean, but I think they're both well. And you kind of shit on
No,
Margot Robbie.
not an Oscar. Margot Robbie, she doesn't do anything in that movie. She's Margot Robbie. She's in the movie for maybe 20 minutes.
I thought
That's
she was
embarrassing. They're just not watching the movies then. I know that
It's just
Us
'cause
came
it's
out
her.
in February, but Lupita Nyong'o gave performances
That
as two
is-
different characters in one movie for 2 hours.
good. Yeah. That was.
Charlize Theron's makeup was great. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
One of the best working today. They're both awesome, but
Lupita Nyong'o.
What?
That has to be February. That's what like.
She didn't get nominated for anything?
No. Other
a s-
awards, but
that's a
not
sin.
for the Oscars or Golden Globes.
That's a sin.
But I know
But it's
a lot.
hard when a movie.
But best supporting as well, Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers compared
Yeah.
to Margot Robbie. And if that's the standard, People are saying, "Oh, she doesn't deserve it for Hustlers." Well, what's the standard here? Because Margot Robbie's not doing anything.
And it shouldn't be that way where the later films that get released have a better shot because they're fresher in people's minds. But just go back and watch us and compare the performances. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when a February movie. I mean, Jordan Peele's other movie, Get Out, you did the same thing. But that movie had momentum to this day. Like, it's still like...
That was a phenomenon.
Yeah, where it just blew up and was in the conversation for months and months after that. And I think it's hard.
It's
when
like
you drop a movie in February to have that much. Like, if you told me Us came out last year, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, 2018.
It's like it's like the argument like would you rather be underrated or overrated? Like I feel like
overrated.
Like I feel like he's playing that
all
like
the time.
he'd rather be underrated and have people say that he should be winning. And I know you want the win, you know, but maybe he thinks that he wouldn't get the W regardless, so you might as well drop it and then be in the talks.
Well, it's like an untapped market. If you can have a hit in February, you're gonna have all the attention on you
Right,
in those early months. If you're like a lot of movies, I feel like get released in Oscar season, kind of. Like, oh yeah, that came out. I got to go see that.
Yeah.
It's like you're not anticipating. Like, there's just so much happening at once. But
The thing with Us is, though, I've heard a lot of people and even read articles that they weren't a big fan of it because I think there was just so much.
Yeah, but that, I mean,
with the Get Out
same
compared
for
to.
well,
Joker.
we're
So
not
if you
talking
don't
about
get
the
it-
movie. Just
if
the
you don't get it,
performance.
I mean, just not good.
no, Us wasn't universally acclaimed by the audience.
Yeah, it's not the best picture. Not like
Critically, it was, but I think Joker was more split critically and with audiences.
But the thing was, Joaquin Phoenix was otherworldly. He's the only reason why that movie's relevant. If you had Joe Schmo or Ned Fanoika playing the Joker, that movie is just not good.
sleeping on Ned Fanoika. You
Ned Fanoika is pretty good.
Speaking
actually.
like someone who hasn't seen his performances in indie films.
But no, the movie's horrible. The script is horrible. Everybody
not.
else acting around it is horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's horrible.
No, it's not.
It was. I was like, what am I watching?
You just didn't get it.
I didn't
Remember
get
when he was
some-
dancing in the bathroom? That's like artsy, dude.
Oh, okay. All right.
You gonna start drinking it or no?
Yeah, whatever. All right, here we go.
I mean, Taron Egerton.
But I also can't stand when people say, "Oh, if it was called something else, then Joker wouldn't be as successful." It's
It's
like,
called
yeah,
Taxi Driver.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, he took elements from Martin Scorsese
Oh my
movies.
god.
You're making me sick.
Well, as Nash does this, he took elements from Martin Scorsese movies and he gave it to a comic book character. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
It's a Joker's not the greatest film of all time, but he took a character that, in a lesser director's hands, maybe this is just another cheesy movie. You know, we've seen Batman fail on the big screen before, and we're getting good comic book movies. Why can't that be celebrated? I mean, Joker, to me, is it in my top 10? No, but do I think it belongs with this group of films? Yes.
It's good for the brand.
Well, I was just about to say that too.
For the Academy.
Oh, excuse me.
No, for like superhero movies getting more respect within.
But that's the other thing. This isn't going to open the doors.
I know it's
It's not
different.
gonna win.
But
But people on Twitter are now making the argument that Logan did this movie so much better. Yes, 100%. And that's another thing. Early release doesn't have the attachment of the Joker and Wolverine. You know, the Joker's just a more popular character. But
Ooh, I don't know.
actor in a leading role, Joker's more popular than
Really?
Wolverine. Yeah, Joker's
The
solo.
X-Men? And
Joker's
Wolverine?
solo just did $1 billion.
fuck with me.
Wolverine solo, I think the
guess.
highest is like 600.
Because
Fact
when you think about
I guess.
superhero villains, what's the number one villain you think of?
Joker,
Joker.
yeah,
Condiment King.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Taron
Rock.
Egerton not getting nominated after Rami won last year. I got a problem with that.
I think Rami's performance is better, honestly.
Or this TikTok.
Wait, did Rami sing or
No.
he didn't sing? That wasn't him.
Okay, let's look at every other Best Actor winner who didn't sing in their role. Singing wasn't the majority of that performance.
I'm not saying.
People
I'm
always
not
say
saying
that
otherwise.
about Rami.
The only good parts of that movie were the singing performance. Like
In
the
your opinion,
concert. You don't like
I like
Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody?
Yes, I do. I had a good time. I was having a good time.
Yeah, because you were doing the song, you were doing the Radio Gaga thing in the
No, but
crowd.
I
It was a
thought
blast.
in the moments, the quiet moments when he had the buck teeth and he had the Freddie Mercury voice and his movements, his mannerisms.
He was good. He was really good.
He's very convincing.
But I'm saying Taron
I
Egerton.
don't think
was,
Taron Egerton was so much better. Why? Because he's a Elton John type singer.
he was a really good singer.
I could.
You guys ever see that
can't sing
video
Elton
of
John.
Rami Malek when he's like, "I'm a
Stuff like that."
fan of classic movies."
Yeah, it's
You ever seen-
terrible.
Yeah, that's cringe, man.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
cringe.
a fan of handwritten letters.
Oh boy.
Bohemian Rhapsody gave me like a 4 or 5 month stint of just listening to Queen.
Yeah, same thing.
Hell of a few months though.
Yeah.
And then Rocket Man did the same thing with
Yeah, I had
Elton
Elton
John.
John kick.
Yeah, I'm still going on it.
Can't wait for my
I listen to Tiny Dancers once a day.
Bob Dylan kick after Timothy Chalamet.
Off the top of your head, real quick. Favorite Elton John song? Go.
Tiny Dancer.
Daniel.
Oh yes, Daniel. That's the best one.
There we go.
Um,
He's gonna say Rocket Man.
I told you not to think. I told you, boom, straight off the bat.
the one I listen to the most is "I'm Still Standing," but I listen to the Taron Egerton version.
I love that one.
I can't stand I'm Still Standing.
Why? I love that.
I don't know. I don't like
Oh, wait a minute. Levon.
That was from Sing, right?
Levon.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Leave
Big
on
gorilla.
like his money.
it. I also like Candle in the
Teddy?
Wind.
I see movies.
Yeah. Editing though, Irishman has to win. I just want to throw it out there because he made a 3.5 hour movie feel like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's it. He's like, this is gonna feel like 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Can I tell you something
And
real quick?
ScarJo, I mean, two nominations: Jojo Rabbit and Marriage Story.
Again, Marriage Story deserves it, but I guess Best Supporting Actress, no way over Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers.
I just want to tell you something real quick. I watched The Irishman with Slick, and it took 4.5 hours to get through. Oh, I gotta stop the movie. I want to just get dinner real quick.
I hate people like that can just pause during the movie.
I knew it was gonna happen, and I love watching movies with him. But 3.5 hour movie, I was like, oh, we're gonna be here for like 5 hours because I know. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Slick, pause it.
I love that chart where somebody broke it into like 3,000 vines. It's like if you want to watch The Irishman.
I never saw that.
Yeah, it's like a chart of just 6-second clips. But I don't know. Any other
Supporting
points you guys want to
Brad
make?
Pitt, heavy favorite.
Yeah.
He'll probably win.
That's the thing. I'm very happy with a lot of these nominees. Oh, Best Actor, Eddie Murphy being left out, big time snub, and Adam Sandler, obviously. People were
the
upset
Sandman.
about
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
that. Apparently not.
What are you doing, KG? Huh? Don't you got a game tonight? You should be stretching.
Ford vs Ferrari, I'm pretty surprised. Best Picture. I really like that movie, but that's a bit of a. Don't really see that.
I'm
coming.
surprised that Christian Bale didn't get more love.
Yeah.
We're just not going to talk about Defoe.
Willem
Well,
Dafoe,
that's
yeah.
I already came
Defoe
to
getting
terms with
robbed.
that because he wasn't getting nominated for anything.
I know.
which
I
is
was telling
ridiculous.
Nash that in
Dude
other
was-
years, sometimes a movie like that doesn't get any love, but the one performance will stick out.
Yeah.
But even for Defoe, yeah, I think it's too stacked this year. Look at the names. This is an Oscar.
Guy was getting buried and delivering his lines perfectly
Who?
with dirt in his mouth. William
Yeah.
Dafoe.
No, I think he.
What Oscar is this for?
But who are you taking out of
Supporting.
these best
Actor.
supporting? Who are you realistically
Tom
taking?
Hanks.
Did you see that movie?
No.
Then you don't have a say in it because I think he belongs there. I think there's a legit argument.
But Pesci,
Anthony
though?
Hopkins. I think Dafoe was better than Hopkins. I love the two popes, but Jonathan Pryce was
Yeah, I could see that.
better than Anthony Hopkins by a long shot.
But I think Anthony Hopkins was better than I expected because
He was really good, but I think with
because
Dafoe,
he has some great lines in that. But yeah, no, Defoe belongs there. I
well,
put him over Hopkins.
Hopkins is very subtle in his performances.
But that's why I can't call Defoe a snub. I think a snub is when the category is not that strong and there's a performance that was clearly left out. All of these performances are very strong for me. Even Pesci. I thought Pesci was fantastic in The Irishman.
yeah,
The scene when he's dipping the bread in the grape juice.
that was sad, man.
Oh man.
But it's like,
Nash
that's
is like, you got
really his age, though. He's an old man already.
Right, but you think, like, you know an 80-year-old person? I know my grandpa's not acting like that.
80-year-old person, no.
Only
Most
three
of my
people
family's
in the world
dead.
have
He's like
this.
P.J. Brown.
My grandpa's still spry. He walks around, does like mile
Is that
walks.
Grandpa Joe?
No.
Oh, I had a great-grandma that was 99.
Wow.
I was like, you idiot, you can't make it to 100? She died when she was 99.
That's what you
Like
said.
you
in a
roasted her
Yeah.
too hard.
Oh my
You
god!
fucking moron.
You killed her.
Is John Williams taking home original score?
It's like, what are you trying to prove?
Another thing, John Williams for original score. It's been the same goddamn score for 40
Yeah.
years. And I can understand he's a legend. He's got like 27 Oscars. Give it to somebody else who deserves to be in there. I just watched
That was
last night a
1917's.
2019 movie, Shadow. Say that again?
That was 1917's score.
Good score. Yeah. Who was a composer?
Thomas Newman.
Oh, Thomas Newman's a legend. But people were upset about Alan Silvestri for Avengers Endgame not being in there.
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker.
wonder if
It's
it-
been the same goddamn
I was gonna say,
music.
I wonder if they try and make that case that it's been the same score. Meanwhile, you put Star Wars in there.
He changed it up a bit.
That's plot for Little Women. I mean, best original score. It's always like the same.
I remember watching Marriage Story. I'm like, this sounds like
Toy Story.
a Toy Story movie. And at the end, Randy Newman, like, there we go.
I
It's
just
still
watched,
really good, though. That one was a great score. When they were like, towards the end of the movie, when Adam Driver's character was like, I think he was with the son. They were looking at something. I don't know. That score during that scene was, I was like, wow.
What did you think of Joker's score?
Yeah, it was good. I actually like the more I've been on this podcast, I've noticed things like that because you guys are fantastic at.
I find it
noticing
hard
things
to
like that.
really like 1917. I know I like the score, but I
Can't
have trouble
pinpoint something.
recalling it.
Yeah.
Because
Joker, I can recall.
in
Not
the
1917.
but in the movie, like when you're just watching everything going around, I'm not good at focusing on. Oh wow, it's a good score. I just know it's a great scene because of the music, but I'm not really
Yeah, you're not
pinpointing
focused
on the
music.
music.
itself.
What about visual effects? That's an interesting.
I was just gonna
category.
say that too.
Endgame, Lion King, Star Wars, Irishman, 1917.
I mean, 1917 lends to the practical side of effects. I would say,
So is Avengers though.
yeah, very practical.
That's an all-time nerd soup exchange right there.
Did you finish for Loco?
I did.
Okay, cool.
I finished at like
The Lion King
3 categories ago.
Lion King, say what you will. I mean, it's pretty impressive what they were able to do with that.
You know what? Looking back on The Lion King, I gave it a 7.2 out of 10, and I stand firm. It's a 7.2. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say I was wrong about The Lion King because I was pretty hard on it, but I was wrong.
But all
you didn't hear that from
CGI.
me.
the
and
look in
visual
your
effects.
face.
It's visual effects.
But all CGI. I mean, I guess you make the same arguments with
Well, visual
cinematography
effects-
too.
It's different from special effects. Visual effects are,
Okay.
Visual.
yeah. It's the stuff that's not real.
Yeah.
VFX first.
I need to get your opinion on something because we had a huge where I was watching the Golden Globes. We were talking about the animated films.
Undisclosed location.
Yeah, well, I don't want anybody stalking me. Shout out Nash's #1 fan. Don't kill me. Which we call it.
Shout out.
Missing Link won at the Golden Globes.
Right.
Yeah.
Did any of you see that? That's a Zach Galifianakis movie.
No, I usually don't see a lot of the animated movies because a lot of them look bad and they look so geared towards
Supposedly
kids.
it's fantastic from what I heard though.
No, it got good reviews, but even the Pixar
Is that
ones.
Lakai,
Say that again.
the studio?
I think so. Yeah.
You're a big.
Oh no, yeah, no, I did hear good things. That's McConaughey, right? That's what you said for Missing Link.
Missing Link. Oh, I thought it was Zach Galifianakis.
Hugh Jackman's in it.
Oh, Hugh Jackman, right? Not McConaughey.
That's
McConaughey
that's
was in
about
Kubo.
Sasquatch basically, right? Bigfoot.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is that the movie, or am I thinking of something?
No, you're thinking of the right thing.
Okay, yeah, and they try to get him back home or something. I didn't see that. I thought How to Train Your Dragon was going to win that, because that movie is extremely popular with the younger culture. Shout
Yeah.
out the adolescents that listen to Nerd Soup.
I've also heard a lot of good things about Klaus, or whatever.
Klaus?
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
name.
no, because we saw it and we're like, yeah, I saw the first one, and then when it came out, we're like, oh my god, wait a minute, what the hell is Missing Link? And then I looked up the reviews and all, and wow, a lot of people speak highly on that movie.
Yeah, I need to see that one.
For an animated film. So I need to see that. You want to have a watch party?
For Missing Link?
Yeah, right after this.
No, not right after this.
I'm not going to remember it.
Maybe
'cause
this weekend.
This Loco's hitting.
We could tell because
Yeah, just shut up.
About
going on your rant.
this
about it.
is about Missing Link. I'm going on a rant.
In the middle of that, I was like, "What's his point?"
I checked out a while ago.
And you're like, "I'm thinking of the right movie." I'm like, "Yeah, I think so."
All right. You know what? I'll just stop.
Should we move on from Oscars? Does anybody have any other?
No host.
Are you guys coming? Oh, no host.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Oh, so Parasite's gonna have a tough time.
That tweet deserved a lot more praise.
somebody
than it
Eminem
got.
already said it.
too.
Me,
Eminem
I'm
already
sorry. Me and Bo talked about that off.
What?
Aaron, you're better than that. Man.
We talked about it off camera, but we're
Yeah.
gonna say it on camera
Yeah.
now.
That was good.
You are.
Yeah, we were embarrassed for you.
Come on, man. You're better than
People are saying it's already the top tweet of 2020.
Eminem
think
already
one
said
that.
person
it.
They'll
said
forget
that.
about it like us.
Eminem.
The rapper?
Yeah,
When did he say that?
he rapped it in one of his songs.
Oh, about the movie and the Oscars?
No, but
get the
about
fuck outta
the
here.
That was
joke.
quick.
The joke. The Parasite. No
It's
host.
that music.
Yeah,
guy.
but I applied it. I don't listen to Eminem because I have taste in music, and I applied it
That
to a
makes sense.
current situation.
Oh, who do you listen to?
I see here you don't have the
Yeah.
Morbius trailer.
Oh fuck. Sony just squeezing their way into this
It's a
podcast.
big
and the
omission
MCU.
from you.
All right, let's go to Morbius. Did you see this trailer, Teddy?
No.
You got to keep up with news on your own.
I gotta have my mantees back here. You like that?
Your
T?
manatee's back.
My mantee, like in Sopranos, I call it Tony. Anyway, you
Hey, T.
you don't watch half the trailers that we talk
Yeah.
about anyway.
Yeah. Piss
I'm
off.
good enough to
I don't care.
go off the cuff.
And I have Baby Blue's back over here.
Baby Blue.
He's that smart to come up with something. All right, not freeze up on the mic. All right.
I don't know. I
Wow,
don't
he's
care.
calling you
Wow.
guys
Yeah.
chokers.
Your only supporter's an alcoholic. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think me and Teddy take
Alcoholic
this
or a man of his word?
All right, so we'll skip Morbius because Teddy
Why
is
not both?
obviously more
Just do when I
concerned
leave.
about-
Meshuggah,
One
what's there not to
Yeah,
like?
I guess it is 145. Holy
Yeah.
shit. All right, yeah, we'll talk about Morbius. We could stuff that at the end anyway. We got big news here. We have Colin Trevorrow's episode 9 script has apparently leaked to the masses, to Twitter.
Pissed me
basically.
off, man.
So we get to talk about this for a couple more weeks here.
All right, I'm quiet for 20 minutes. Go.
Yeah, actually, that's a good topic. We'll trade off, then we'll go to Morbius. Ted, you get out of here. Thoughts on this script? You guys
this
read
is
it?
bullshit.
You guys
Yeah.
saw the bulletin points?
It's so much better than the fucking movie. Just reading the plot points. I'd
Well,
rather have this than what
Go
we
back
got.
2 years ago, and everybody was crying about Colin Trevorrow directing this movie. They were like, he sucks. He made Jurassic World. We want him out. And then Disney fired him. So Disney needs to stop listening to fans, first of all.
I mean, no one backed the story anyway, too, though. I mean, it's not 100%. We don't know if it's 100% true yet. Because it says that no one's backed this leaked script.
Collider ran an article and said it was true. So if you have major, I mean, Collider is obviously going through some shit right now, but you have major publications saying that it's true. This could have came from Trevorrow himself.
It's hard to read plot points, like, oh, that would be better. I mean, some of the things
you
like
could.
Kylo reveals he killed Rey's parents. That's another, like, oh, cool. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're saying this is what it was going to be.
I know-
That's
I
not
know.
Just, you just made that up just now.
No, it says one of the plot points is Kylo Ren
Fake or
reveals
not,
that he kills
somebody
Rey's
came up with
parents.
that.
Yeah, why don't you give your goddamn opinions on the script?
I'm saying that's one of the plot points.
All right,
and I
but
didn't
react to it. Don't be like, don't be indifferent, Aaron. I thought you were happy, Aaron, today.
I am very happy.
Aaron, why you happy?
Well, I didn't
So I've
see
been
that.
sick all week, and it's my first day not sick.
What's wrong?
You know what happened? That's right above Luke and Obi-Wan and Yoda, and I went right to that one.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that Kylo revealed he killed Rey's
You saw
parents.
that Obi-Wan, Luke, and Yoda stalking Kylo Ren? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
This
Those-
feels just like a follow-up to The Last Jedi. So
Right.
Kylo Ren is the villain. There's no redeeming him. They try to redeem him, so Luke's trying to, I guess, make up for his mistakes. And Rey and Finn and Poe and Rose, and they all go on an adventure similar to The Rise of Skywalker, but more of a purpose here, more of a head-to-head matchup between the Resistance and the First Order, which is kind of what they set up with The Last Jedi, you know?
It is weird, though, and I was thinking about this, like, the way we view Star Wars or Game of Thrones or any other work, it's just someone's idea, and we just go by it. It's like
Yeah, I guess.
JJ just happened to get this, and he just created something that is totally different than what they would have done if they went with this. Like, it's weird to me how they just shows that they have no.
Storytelling?
But if I'm gonna make my own film and make a story, but if you're gonna put someone in that is coming in to write the third chapter of a pre-existing story, and it's between this person, and this person, it's just all of them.
Yeah,
but
pick
you're
the right
just,
story.
you're just basically
But that's
talking about the mess that they've made of getting multiple storytellers.
yeah. I mean,
And fucking up and picking the wrong one.
it's
But you're just talking about the difficulty in continuing something that you didn't begin.
not that. It's just like it could have gone like a completely. They've kept Trevorrow. We would just have a different,
Yeah.
like break an alternate timeline, and that who knows
All
what
right,
would
but
have
you're
happened.
talking about like the multiverse right now.
So
Yeah.
do you like the script that got leaked?
That's I don't know.
Where is Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, Jar Jar's
You
great.
don't,
Salacious
like, you don't
Crumb.
like these plot points?
Where are the main characters?
I like the Game of Thrones plot points. I like the Rise of Skywalker plot points.
Banks
When you
is
see
coming
them out
back.
on screen, sometimes
Kenobi.
they don't work.
Binks is coming back.
I don't know.
Yeah, Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, but you can also make the argument that the plot points that were set up for the Rise of Skywalker is the reason that they didn't work. You're making the argument that just because you have a good script doesn't mean
Right.
you have a good movie. We're making the argument that the script is what killed the movie in the first place.
That's not
So
even a
maybe a
script.
better starting point. All right, the foundation, an outline, a better outline, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to bring Palpatine back right there, you ultimately have a harder movie than what you have here.
Yeah, just
I mean,
start-
what
yeah.
sounds easier?
Yeah.
What we got or this? I mean, this seems like an easier, more natural movie to make.
You had to bring back so much shit to justify that Palpatine's still alive.
They kind of just said it.
I guess.
No, yeah, it was both basically. You had to justify a
revealed
bunch of
that-
What
shit
you
that
had
they
to
were
do.
just like
A fortnight
shrug.
short.
Yeah, right. It was a cutscene. I made Snoke. Kylo Ren was like, oh, okay.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I guess that's why there's a giant Snoke tube right
Poe. No, Poe just had to be like, hey, Palpatine's back.
there. The way he delivers that line too is so perfect. He's like, Palpatine's back, and he just looks at the camera like,
We're really
Yeah.
doing this, huh?
we hate this too.
Like Jim Halpert.
Seriously, you have to see it, Nash. It's great. The first Star Wars.
You know what was so funny? I promised you, like, I was going on vacation. I was going to go on this,
you
like,
said you were
Star
gonna
Wars.
Go on a retreat.
Yeah.
You were going to an island where they just screen Star Wars.
Force feed.
Well, I didn't know about that. If I'm going to an island to watch Star Wars, that's a different story. In the tower, it's a little bit different. There's not
Is that what you call your crib?
the tower, yeah. Tower Power Hour.
All right.
What do we think about the Jar Jar and Obi-Wan series potential?
Jar Jar coming back with a beard.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Why not? You know, they already blew it with Darth Maul, bringing Darth Maul and Rebels.
I hope he's hardened though. It's like Misa's seen some shit, or just like
Yeah, he's got some edge on him now.
yeah,
He's not this wacky
Big
guy
ass
anymore.
scar, yeah.
He is a Force user.
Could you imagine?
What
Jar
is he,
Jar
a
Binks is the Force
He's
user.
a retired corrections officer? What kind of voice is
Jar
that?
Jar Binks was a general. Man.
he was in the middle of the
He fought in the
fucking.
Clone Wars.
I
then
don't
he
know
became a
anything about Star
senator.
Wars.
He was in the shit during the.
I gotta
Empire
start from the
coming to
bottom,
power.
man.
What's up, Jar Jar? All right, now let's move on to the next story here. We have James Bond news.
You do the
Yeah,
best
since Aaron
impression.
has
so.
no fucking emotion towards the script being leaked out.
Oh my God, a drug dealer just texted me. Texted me and said he's got a new number. How thoughtful.
Wow.
That means something to you, huh?
Is there any person alive more unreliable than a drug dealer? That's why we need to legalize weed in this country. So I can get my
So
drugs.
sketchy. Like,
That says so much that he
I would
texted
be
you
so
to tell you that.
professional if I was a drug dealer.
I've
I
been
know, I'm
thinking.
touched.
That's funny.
I've been thinking lately about becoming a weed guy. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna start smoking too. That's what I told Bo earlier.
You're not low energy enough.
You know,
wanna
Teddy
smoke
smoked weed once in his life.
No, I never have.
It was once. That was
No,
it.
he didn't inhale.
No, I never did it.
Oh, what are you, Bill Clinton? You didn't inhale.
What day are you talking about?
What? There's been another day?
Well, no, I want to know what day you're talking about.
Oh, you know the day.
No, tell me.
With your neighbor?
My neighbor.
All right, can we just move
In
on
the
to James
cul-de-sac?
Bond here? Let's move
Should
on
I
to-
become a weed guy?
No, let's move on to the next story.
Ooh, pick me to be the weed guy.
We have Barbara Broccoli, who is part of the famous Broccoli family that has controlled James Bond for a few decades now, saying that James Bond can be
broccoli.
of any color. Big broccoli energy? Is that what you were going to say?
No, just like they control all the broccoli and produce.
I do love that name, right? That seems like a ridiculous last name.
Broccoli?
Broccoli, another name for weed.
Damn, this podcast is good.
Yeah, it's gone off the
full
rails,
s-
but I'm fucking
No, full-
swerving.
Keep
it.
pushing. Keep pushing.
Full, yeah.
It's like an icy road right now, you know.
Fourth down.
It's not safe, but if you.
Well, the James Bond producer said that James Bond could be of any color, could be of any race, but could never be a woman.
Okay.
I agree with that. 100%.
Now it's interesting because Barbara Broccoli is a woman herself, so
So she's allowed to say this.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Who cares? This is the most non-story ever. It's James Bond.
What do you think
How?
we're doing here?
Whoa,
We're
whoa,
on
so
a
what is it?
podcast.
So what the fuck's a story to you then?
James Bond is important.
Do you agree with the?
Yeah, but
Fuck
you're
that.
like John Lennon saying, "Stop war, man." Like, oh, thanks, John.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, right. Great advice. Thanks, John. Oh, John solved it. We need to stop war.
And he's
Yeah.
dead now.
Yeah, and they ruined the Beatles because of that.
Well, do you agree with what she said or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's her property. It's do whatever. I think it goes back to like, remember
Do
like,
you think James Bond should be
I'm
a
trying
woman?
to make a fucking point. No, it's James Bond. I'm trying to make a fucking point.
Get him,
Okay,
Ted.
so you agree with it.
Get him, Ted.
Yeah, just this,
So you hate women.
pretty much. Yeah, that's where I'm going at.
So a woman could
But
never
no,
be a
it's
sister.
Ever
goes
since
back-
Aaron's breakup, he's been taking it hard.
Yeah.
That's it. Aaron's single, everybody, by the way.
Remember like the whole
I'm
like
helping you out.
shitstorm that people were going over Lashana Lynch? Like everyone's like, no, freaking out, even though it was clearly that she was like another 007 agent and James Bond was still
Yeah.
in the movie.
Right.
And people were freaking out because they really didn't know like the real story.
I'll tell you what, though.
I
she
feel like if
looks-
they want to do avenues within that, like kind of spin-offs, like different agents within
Right,
this
you
you want
world.
the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
they
I
want-
want
yeah.
008.
that's
yeah, that would be cool and stuff. But it's, you know, James Bond is James Bond. But if they want to do like a Batman, Batwoman type thing, where it's something like that, that's cool. And I don't think she's saying that that's not going to happen. So I don't really get the story.
Well, I think it's when Marvel does this a lot, when they made Thor a woman. It always feels like a gimmick. It's like, hey, Thor's a woman now. Buy our comic because our comic sales are going down.
Thor and Jane Foster are still in the same.
Wait,
like,
wait.
you have-
Let me finish my point. I'm making a point. God, Teddy. I mean, Aaron.
well, Teddy's was just. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. With
What
you.
did I
Yeah,
do?
no, Teddy was much worse.
Yeah.
You're just more annoying than I am. My point about Thor. It turned out to be a pretty good comic. A lot of people liked it. They made Thor a woman. They were like, this is stupid. And then it came out. They're like, wow, this is pretty good.
Doesn't Thor still exist? Like you have Jane
Yeah, he
Foster
still
and
exists,
Thor. So
right, yeah.
what's the big deal?
And I mean, obviously with Spider-Man and Miles Morales, when he came out, they were like, oh, Spider-Man's going to be half black and half Puerto Rican. They're like, how can a kid from Queens be half black and Puerto Rican?
But again, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's certain cases. It's like, yeah, maybe James Bond was just some black chap in England who grew up to be a secret agent. But a woman thing, it's like, I guess he's not a woman, right? Remember when Amelia Clark said she wanted to be James Bond? She was like, I'll be Jane Bond. I was like, okay.
Jane Bond.
You're telling me if like Denis Villeneuve directed Jane Bond?
What if Daniel Craig has a daughter and it's Jane Bond?
That's what I was going to say.
That would be a cool movie. I mean,
Time jump?
It all depends on the story and what the people want to, like, filmmakers want to make. And I think people jump on ideas way too early before, like the Lashana Lynch thing. They had no idea what the actual plot point was going to be. And then I think once it came out, people were like, oh, yeah, no, that's a cool story.
But it looked like, because her language here, the quote is that 007 will never be a woman. So everybody thought that she was going to take over that mantle.
Well, I don't know what 007 means.
Well, 007
is
James
it synonymous
Bond's
with
number.
James Bond, or is it
that's
just
his number.
he's 007, he retires, we need a new 007 now.
Right.
It's like,
that's what I thought it was.
So,
but it looks like you retire the number with you.
And, people are saying, a lot of people are like, make more female-led, maybe spy thrillers.
That jersey is retired.
You could do that too. Like
That
Atomic Blonde is
007.
fucking sick.
That 007 is retired. Hang up from the Raptors. It is. You can't touch
retire
it.
the number.
Yeah. You can't touch that jersey anymore. Now go for 008, 006. Go.
I like 008. I like the sound of that.
008 actually flows off the tongue better.
There's
than
only one
007.
007, and that's Mellow. Hashtag stay mellow.
Oh boy. I'm not getting into this right now.
Wow, the podcast has gotten that low.
I'm kind of just sick of James Bond in general.
First of all, you've seen maybe 2 of them.
3.5.
Okay. So you're sick of
you don't
something
like
that
them?
you've barely seen. That's like
Funny.
Uncut Gems. 2 weeks before Uncut Gems comes out, he's like, I'm cooling on Uncut Gems. I think there's been one trailer.
I don't know. I've been a Bond guy.
Because you haven't
Bond's
seen
a
any of
man,
the good
dude.
ones.
I've watched only 2 of them, and I'm a huge Bond guy.
Which ones have you seen?
I saw Goldfinger and
Octopussy.
No, I don't remember the other one. So maybe just one.
You were thinking of Austin Powers.
I was like, oh wait,
seen
okay.
Goldmember.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're
Gold
talking
member.
facts, I mean, Mission Impossible is easily the better spy.
Once again, you're
franchise.
talking out of your ass because you haven't seen the good
I
James
get
Bond
the
movies.
gist.
Movie
You don't
3.5.
get the
marathon.
gist.
Movie
After
marathon.
3.5 movies, if I can't. Be
Which
like,
ones have you seen?
All the Craig ones. I think one of the
You
older
haven't
ones.
seen all the Craig ones.
So yeah, Spectre.
We did a podcast and you admitted
No
to
time.
having not
No, I
seen
said the
any of
older
them.
ones.
No, you
I
said you didn't see Casino Royale.
I saw Casino Royale.
No, you're lying out through your teeth because we have you on record. Do you remember that?
I want to agree with you, but I also have
And there's
bad
no
memory
way
too.
from the window between you admitting you haven't seen them that you've seen them.
Well,
'Cause
regardless
you
if I
always
saw
brag
them or
about when
not,
you watch a movie.
I've seen enough to know.
No, you haven't.
See, we sound like the Oscars Academy.
Could you
here.
imagine? Could you imagine if
Yeah,
I said
you're
that?
like you're worse. You're like the Academy right now. That's very irresponsible for somebody who you criticize me for being reckless for criticizing Zack Snyder.
Awfully reckless.
You are feeling good.
He's better.
Yeah.
He's better. Healthy.
Yeah, 2020, year of the health. Besides
Well,
that
you
Wendy's I had for lunch after the doctor, I've been pretty good.
Or
What'd you
you're
get?
the- you're the
Last year, I
scandals.
would have never even
Oh,
went to the
God.
doctor. I'd have been like, either I.
I'm sweating right now.
Why are you
What'd you
sweating?
say?
Because I said I was trying to do a transition and Aaron talked over me, but I think you can still hear it on there.
You just got fucking pulverized
I
by
did,
Aaron there.
yeah.
All right, let's move on here to
Well, all right. Well, he said 2020 year the whatever you said. And
The
I
health.
said,
Year of the health.
and I said 2020 year the scandals. I was gonna go into the next
Thank
topic.
God he cut you off.
well, yeah, Houston Astros big time scandal. We're
That was
actually-
a good
Oh.
That was a good transition.
Yeah, we're talking sports here, and obviously it is.
It
a
happened in
movie podcast,
2017.
Yeah, but it's coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shut up.
Oh,
You know what I mean.
I wake up. Ever since I found out Alex Cora got fired, I wake up with the biggest smile on my face.
All right, can you explain the scandal though, Nash?
All right. So in 2017.
Right.
Take us back. Paint a picture.
All right. Let me paint a picture. Here we go.
Oh wait, no,
27
we have Tim Kirchin actually on the line.
Tim
Sorry.
Kirch. Oh no. Yes.
Try and do it quick though. It's only got like 15
All right.
minutes.
So, long story short, there is cameras in the middle of the center field taking catcher signs of what pitchers were going to come.
And the Houston Astros were doing this.
Yes, Houston Astros were doing this, and they were banging on a trash can in certain ways to basically give signs back saying what pitch is coming. Now, they say that Carlos Beltran, which is going to be interesting coming up, he's probably going to get fired, and he just got
He
hired
did.
as...
He was fired
Today, yeah.
today.
No
Oh,
way.
wow, I didn't see that.
They let him
Is that
go?
nuts?
Yeah.
What time?
Like right when I came up here.
Well, we were all up here early before you. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
trying to
Wow.
say?
What?
We're not on our phones all the time, man.
No. That's
We live
awesome
in the
that you know
moment.
the news. And now I sound like an idiot.
Talk lower.
Yeah, you're screaming right now.
I'm excited. I didn't know that.
Lower.
So Carlos Beltran got fired.
Right.
Now,
And he was a player on the Astros at the time,
Yes,
right? So
and
Alex Cora was a bench coach. AJ Hinch was the manager who was also fired. Their GM was fired.
Yes.
Houston Astros. And they were doing this throughout 2017, 18, and 19, right?
They only could prove 17.
Yes.
But
Okay.
but there's an interview with Alex Cora.
But the Red Sox are being investigated for 2020.
20, because Alex Cora was the bench coach in Houston, went to manage the Red Sox in 2018.
But there's an interview with Alex Cora. If you go watch, he says, "Oh well, maybe the Houston Astros' biggest acquisition was Carlos Beltran," and he winks.
the Yankees. He said that last year in a press conference after the London series when Carlos Beltran was working for the Yankees in the front office.
All right, but that's beside
No.
the point. The fact is
Yes.
that they were caught cheating. No,
Shut up.
but let's not get into
Okay.
the nitty gritty here. They were caught cheating. Do you think the title should be stripped?
Yes.
Because the punishment
But
was
what does it do?
$5 million fine.
Nothing.
Players can't be suspended. And also Hinch and the GM lost their jobs. They're probably never going to get jobs ever
Cora
again.
and Beltran did.
Yeah, they're probably going to be blackballed from the league. Maybe they'll come back.
I don't
in
think
years.
so. I don't think they'll get a job right after this year. I guarantee it.
The players in the starting
imagine
roster
that
should be
quick.
suspended. from
Cora
that year
won't, but
if
Hinch
they're still
will.
playing.
Hinch will,
Because Hinch was resistant.
and I still
Yeah.
think Cora will too.
And I fuck AJ Hinch too. He was such a cocky prick when the Yankees called him out on it, and he was such a fucking condescending
They
and
were.
scoffed at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you know your team was cheating this whole time. I think that they can't touch the players because of the union.
It's bullshit,
So the only thing
man.
they could have done is go after the coaches and GM. And I think
Yeah, with their $5 million cap.
you can
Fuck
only
you.
only can be fined $5 million. So
And the owner recently said the title's not tainted. That right there, that's why I want them to take the title,
Seriously.
because it's the arrogance that the Astros have displayed throughout
what
their
does-
players, their coaches, the owner now after the fact of them being caught. It doesn't do anything, but it just says that they're not World Series championship.
But
World
they
Series
still
champions.
won. It doesn't matter. They
But
still
Cheated,
won.
so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's gone now.
I know
It
it's
doesn't happen
precedent
anymore.
for it in the MLB.
But I know it's tainted. And MLB is one sport that actually,
Bunch of cheaters.
they're a bunch of cheaters.
I mean,
But
our
that's
entire lives.
just it. That's just it. It shows nothing. All of these guys are going to get into the Hall of Fame eventually. When they die, they'll get in. They're going to be alive and not see themselves get in.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
it's about sending the message that you can't do this. And if
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
like this, not even this, if you cheat again, your title won't be worth anything.
but they still won.
difference
That's
between-
the only thing that sucks.
the difference
They
between
still won.
gamesmanship and what they did. I mean, they were using like actual technology and relaying and had monitors set up. I mean, steroids. Say what you will, but everyone was on fucking juice back then.
You still need to perform the test.
No,
if
but
you
not
take
really.
steroids.
Yeah.
There was
and this
people
is
that
the
still.
entire organization was in
Yeah,
on
it
it.
was an
Yeah,
organizational.
that makes
like,
it worse.
If Steinbrenner and Cashman were like, here, A-Rod,
Right,
you're
right.
like pumping up the players, then
And people were punished for
yeah.
that. A-Rod lost a season, and it
I
was
didn't
never
mind
proven.
steroids. If you didn't take steroids, I don't really think you cared about your team.
But again, A-Rod has a job at Fox analyzing the sport. You don't think that AJ Hinch, Alex Cora, these guys, let them do their time, they're going to get jobs again.
I don't
and
think
they'll-
so.
And you know
I
what?
think that's
Like,
a different discussion. I think you're off on that.
Me too.
I'm
I think that there's an
Pete
embarrassment.
Pete Rose still works as an analyst too. He's
As an analyst,
shunned.
you think he's going to get a manager job?
No, but he's still associated with the sport itself.
But I'm saying AJ Hinch. You think he'll manage
Yes.
again?
I don't think so.
Yeah, him and Cora will probably manage again.
I think Don
because-
LaGreca put it the best. He said that this whole thing makes baseball look bad, and if they don't handle it properly, it just makes it look worse. That if they try to minimize what this is, they're just trying to shove it just scoff and shove it under the rug. It just makes them look like they got their heads in the sand.
And I'm sure I'm a Yankee fan. I'm sure teams do experiment with different ways to get an edge. And
Patriots. Hold on, let me get water.
That Teddy side.
Cheater.
I think he's sober
Awesome.
enough, so
Joking
we'll
right
get him a beer.
That's what I love about this too. Is that the Red Sox fans at first they were like,
Yeah,
how
you
could
could.
they? And it turned out Cora
They
was their
bit their
manager.
tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, we're next.
That's the thing. I'm waiting for the Yankees to get dragged in this too.
Is it?
And
Is it
people are
me?
looking at like Altuve's home run off Chapman this year. Like, that was just a fucking terrible pitch. You didn't have to know it's coming to take that yard.
But they talk about the World Series against the Dodgers, 2017, that Game 6 and 7, that the Dodgers pitching staff just completely collapsed. Yu Darvish, Kershaw. It's not unprecedented.
No.
that those guys.
Well, no,
fail
fuck
in the
that.
playoffs.
Because the Yankees got robbed most, and Joe Girardi should be flipping out right now. I actually don't think that matters. It doesn't matter. I think Brian Cashman was going to let go of Girardi regardless
But what
of
are you
what
taking
happened.
a year off if you're just coming off a World Series? With the pitcher that got rocked by the Astros players still be in the majors, or you get sent down
Exactly.
because he had a terrible game.
Yep.
Right.
That's why you strip the title, because they fucked over
And you
so
find the
many
fucking
But these
players.
guys have
people.
gone on to do great stuff, though.
You
like
mess with
Charlie
the-
Morton was a part of that, right? And he almost won a Cy Young.
How much money would Aaron Judge get just being a World Series champion in New York, away from his contract, endorsements and stuff?
Charlie
like that?
Morton,
No,
he's a
you-
pitcher, he isn't hit.
And the ratings for baseball, the way that they
But
may have
still,
cost
who
baseball in
cares?
New York, LA World Series.
They pump out pitchers over there in Houston, whether they're cheating or not.
Spin rate.
No, but that's beside the point.
Doesn't matter.
The
The
fact
confidence
is that
you get from getting hits.
It's proven.
Like, you kidding me?
The MLB
True.
has came out and told us they mess with the integrity of the game, and they cheated. So, and I just feel the punishment didn't go far enough.
So funny how baseball,
I think that they
man.
shouldn't be able to sign free agents for like an off season.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, because you
draft
get
picks
guys
is
like
fun.
Justin Verlander going there. You get guys like that
Exactly.
going there to help. You should not. And I know it ruined the game, but every player that knew about that, and you have to prove it if you're MLB, strip them for a year. Can't do anything.
You can't field a
But
minor
that's
league
like
team.
a huge battle.
Fuck
See, that
Fuck that.
They have a
You
union.
ruined,
There's no
but you
way.
ruined a whole year of baseball.
There's no way that could possibly be done.
See, but
I know.
I feel
No,
like
I
can't be
agree,
done,
but
what
I
we
think
want to be
stripping
done.
the title would be worse. I think that's worse. I think it does stand when you get like I look at back at
In Louisville,
those-
I mean, maybe they had their title stripped.
right, but the even the Calipari years when he got stripped in UMass and Memphis, it's like that just doesn't count anymore to me. You know, when the teams do get stripped, for me personally, it feels like it doesn't count. I wish they would do it more.
For the sport as a whole,
Seriously.
No one's title is safe.
it's just a
You're
bad
fucking
look.
cheating.
Yeah, man.
It's a bad look for the sport itself because then
say yeah,
it's an
Teddy.
empty year.
He's about to have 3 by the end of this podcast.
That's what I'm saying. They made the point that if the NFL came down on the Patriots a lot harder, then the Patriots wouldn't have cheated again. And that maybe their legacy would – I mean, their legacy seems pretty fine, Brady and Belichick, but people would look back. If there wasn't
cheating like this,
Deflategate
so.
and they still won,
And
they would be
Hernandez,
like, okay,
too,
it
yeah.
was one thing. But now with the Patriots, it's 3 things, right? Because this year – what was it this year? They were also
Videotape.
Find the
recording.
Bengals.
Yeah,
Big
recording
game.
the Bengals.
Spying again, yeah.
And the guy's like, wait. All right, we could just delete this and just we'll get this over
Because
with.
Belichick got a
You never
slap on the
saw it,
wrist.
right?
He got $500,000 fine, and that's the thing. The owners protect themselves. They set the rules for how much they can be fined. You're the commissioner of baseball. You're the CEO. You don't own the league. So the only way that you can, I think, make this right is by stripping the title.
Yeah.
But it makes the sport look bad having an empty
Sport
year.
already looks bad.
No, it doesn't.
But the
An
sports
empty
look
year.
bad our
Well,
entire
no one won the championship that year. We just played a pointless year for
94.
Yeah, you brought that up. There's an empty year already.
How did baseball
That looks
strip the title?
terrible. And that's why
What do you
baseball,
care? With how the
Because
MLB looks.
the Yankees got robbed.
It's the
okay?
Yankees,
That's
yeah,
why
they
I
got
care.
robbed, so why not
That's
strip
why
the
I
title?
care.
It's not the
Now
40s
no one has
anymore.
it.
I don't really care about the integrity of the game anymore. I used to like the stats, like it's baseball. I got to play the game the right way. Now I'm like,
I'd rather
hey,
steroids.
cheat,
I
just
love
don't get
steroids.
caught.
Well, that's the thing. They
I
got
love
caught.
offense. I
Well,
mean,
that's what I told
in the-
Nash.
in
I
the
was
right
like,
way.
if you're telling me that the Yankees can implement a system where we can steal signs and the only repercussions of that is a $5 million fine and Boone gets the
Yeah.
can, I'll take that for number 28.
Every year, cheat every year.
Most of New York ones boon out anyway.
Right.
Cheat every year, go ahead.
Yeah, Corey, you need a job? Because, okay, then you just get
Come on
bounced and use
down.
another chip. If you're not going to take away the chips. all this says is that the MLB is that you can
You can
cheat.
do it again,
I
yeah.
really think so.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a bad look for baseball, and baseball has a terrible way of promoting their superstars. Baseball just looks horrible right now.
But
They
why
look
are
really
people
bad?
Why are people up in arms so much more about steroids rather than this cheating? This is like, if you take steroids, you still have to perform the task. If you're cheating like this, your
Baseball's-
entire team can hit. The
Baseball's
entire
built on
fucking
numbers.
line.
It's also not as popular as it was during the steroids epidemic. Yeah,
was a
Barry
great time.
Bonds going for the record. You know, the Yankees
Great year,
dynasty.
though.
The '90s, early 2000s. It was
Great
huge.
years.
But now it's not as big. But
But they still take steroids
I'm
as serious
making
as
this
they did
prediction
back
now.
then.
This is going to happen again, and the MLB is going to come down so much harder, and they're going to look even dumber because it's going to be like, why didn't you do this the first time?
It's like Goodell with his suspending with players that do domestic violence. It's like
yeah, they always.
it's
It
wrong
really-
every single time he does it. He's
It's
never
so
right one.
funny that they're like teams are going to look at the analytics of the suspension itself and be like, I think we can like do with this. If we get caught, then fine. But
Right,
You know,
exactly.
like a $5 million fine, lose a first and
or
a second.
cheat in other
draft.
ways because they were investigating buzzers that apparently players
Yeah,
would
on their
have, which
wristbands.
they didn't find anything.
I thought I saw a report that the
Apple
bullpen,
watches and shit.
the bullpen would, if they hang if they're all sitting like with their hands over, that means there's like a changeup or a fastball coming, or if they don't have it over, if there's one arm
That's
over.
that's gamesmanship to me. If I'm in the bullpen and I can
If
see
it's like that,
if I
yeah.
can see the
Second
sign,
baseman gets it.
as long as you
yeah,
don't
I
have like a
agree.
telescope, like
I agree.
that's,
when there's
that's part of the
electronics
game.
involved,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with you guys. But if there's electronics involved, where there's a camera center field and you have Apple Watches, which happened both with the Astros, with the Red Sox as well, and that's just cheating. That's
This is
not a
how
part of the
stupid
game.
This sport has become. You're telling me that technology can somehow help you figure out pitches? Wow, if only you use that for the umps. They use technology to cheat, but they won't use it to improve the game. They only use it to mess with the integrity of the
I
game.
disagree with the ump though. I think the
Get
ump.
them out.
I don't
can't
know,
stand
man.
this sport. I can't
disagree
stand
with that.
the history.
I like
I
the
like
human
I like
element.
a
tradition.
I like an ump that's a bit of a wild card.
Me
Of course
too.
you do. Yeah.
You don't like that? Like,
No.
Angel Hernandez is the worst thing to happen to sports.
But it's like, oh,
That guy
this ump has
sucks.
This ump has a wide strike zone. It's like, oh, adjust. Let's
Yeah.
see what we got here. It's a
All
different
right.
game
Well,
now.
let's move on here from sports. That was fun though. Do it more often.
I'm sweating now.
We have one last story here. We have Ezra Miller appearing on the CW Flash show. So this was a big surprise. Obviously, none of us watched the CW shows.
no.
They've kind of lost us over the years. But,
Wasn't Arthur on CW?
the cartoon?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
I
maybe.
think it was for a little while.
And they had their big event here, the Crisis on.
Where it's aired. It's been aired there.
Yeah, dickhead. It's been there. It's
It's on PBS.
entirety. So
Yeah, the network you reference. They had their big Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Arrow, Supergirl. I'm guessing all the Muppets, all the CW little Muppets. And apparently, I don't know. The Flash is always messing with time, and he ends up in a multiverse where he meets Ezra Miller as Barry Allen. Did you guys watch the video?
No,
Sent the link.
I saw CW. I'm like, that's it for me.
I looked up who the actor was. I had zero interest in watching that. He was the guy in the Perks of the Wallflower or being a wallflower.
Ezra Miller, yeah. He was also in Fantastic Beasts.
Well,
I'm
that
sure-
gives me even more reason not to watch a video.
I'm
so.
sure the CW, they got a nice group of fans. It's just not for me. There's just too much going on, and this is just like, oh.
Can you give
yeah,
me
of
the
course
average
Ezra Miller's in
typical
this.
fan that watches CW, Aaron?
Give
Give me the description of somebody.
fan that
Well, we
likes-
don't want to offend.
Yeah,
anybody.
no, I don't hate you if you watch CW. You're just a fan of the shows and you like all the characters, which I get.
I'll go there.
Don't
No?
go there.
Okay.
No, don't.
Me personally, I just think
subs
it's
go
too
down.
confusing, and there's too much stuff going on. I'm like, yeah.
No, apparently
I'm good
there's
on
a
that.
fan base for these shows, and a lot of people like them. I mean, like we said, comic book fans, nerd fans, they really like these shows. My cousin Cam keeps up with them. But like you said, there are certain seasons where certain shows get too bad, and I just can't stick around. And it has gotten very confusing because I am so far behind. But I watched a clip of Conroy as Batman. That was cool. He's my favorite Batman. He always did the voice in the cartoons. This was awesome. I mean, I guess they're canon now, the DCEU, whatever continuity that is, because
Yeah,
that's
so-
also a mess.
Yeah.
But now it also exists within a universe with these shows. I guess it's cool for the hardcore fans. People who are probably watching this in real time.
I wonder if they'll bring him into the DCEU, like in the movies.
I don't think so because what's-his-face is leaving Arrow. Arrow's done, right? It's on its
Stephen
final
Amell?
season. Yeah, Stephen Amell. I want Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's neat. Flashpoint. I
There's
mean,
no fan questions.
well, speaking of like universes, Morbius, that's MCU now.
Oh yeah, we could talk Morbius. Yeah.
That's a fucking the Vulture at the end. What the hell?
Did you guys watch that trailer?
No.
Somebody told me to watch a trailer, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it." I'm not a big superhero guy, as you guys should know, listening.
Jared Leto's Morpheus in the MCU. Who would have thought?
Is it a Jared Leto?
Yeah, it's why
Venom
I
is
said Jared
MCU.
Leto's Morpheus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can break this news for Teddy right now. Venom is MCU. This Morbius movie confirmed that the Sony movies take place within the MCU.
Wow.
So how it's going to happen is that the Sony movies will never reference larger MCU events, but they will reference the Spider-Man MCU movies. So
That's sick.
Michael Keaton shows up at the end of this trailer.
Wow.
As Vulture. Yeah. And he's like, "What's up?"
I loved him
Morbius?"
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Birdman?
Yeah. I loved him.
Let's go.
Yeah.
My
the
favorite. Yeah, and there was like the Spider-Man and murderer, like graffiti over him.
Yeah, there was a Spider-Man poster that references Far From Home.
So what's gonna happen in Venom 2 then?
We don't know.
So who knows? Tom Hardy though.
That's interesting. I guess Feige's going to have to figure out where Venom, or I guess it's kind of a...
Well, he was going to New York at the end of Venom 1, right? He was gonna travel to New York.
I don't know.
forget that movie.
Yeah, at the
Well,
end
they're
when
going
they're
to do
walking, they're
Sinister
going to New
Six,
York.
and I
Yeah.
think Feige and their group, they're probably excited about that. I thought Leto. A lot of people don't like Jared Leto.
I've noticed that, and
Yeah.
I know he was
That's
like a
fucked up.
weirdo.
He's the fucking man.
He
I know
seems like a arrogant douchebag.
He
Well, I
should
know,
just
like,
stayed
with the
with
whole-
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. I think with the whole,
They're awful.
Yeah.
like the whole like
The
Joker when he was like mailing dead rats and like rats and
You got a
condoms.
bad rap for that, though.
That was weird.
He was trying to be the next
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis. He was trying to be weird on purpose. It's that Onion article. It's like
Yeah.
local artists not good enough to justify eccentricities.
Yeah.
Your art has to be good if you're going to be really weird.
But I
And the
mean,
Joker
he
stunk.
is a
People loved him when he was casted for it, though.
yeah.
Remember that?
Well, I mean,
Because he is a weird guy.
He looks like a guy who could be the Joker.
Blade Runner 2049, Dallas Buyers Club. He's a really good actor.
Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah.
Gets his fucking ass beat.
What's the movie he did with Aronofsky? The drug movie
Oh,
about addiction.
Blow.
yeah, Blow.
Yep.
Oh, the Basketball Diaries. That was a great movie, by the way.
I
Leonardo
think
DiCaprio.
oh yeah, that is a good movie actually.
You looked at me like, oh, this kid's
Your
drunk.
stomach or your ass?
My mom loves Leonardo DiCaprio. We watched Once Upon a
doesn't?
Time at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She goes, "There is not a better actor alive."
He's so good. And you know that whole scene that he did with him freaking out? He's like, why'd you have 8 sour whiskeys? That's all improv.
Whiskey showers.
The whiskey scour, yeah.
Him and Tarantino, he's always improving. Like
Yeah.
when he cut his hand.
And then Brad Pitt was like, oh, that's the best like
That's
improv
the
scene
best
I've ever seen.
acting I've seen.
No, like,
yeah, is
Brad
this
Pitt
Win
actually said
fucking
it-
serious.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Just had to
no, it's all right.
He's making a. Yo, is this a win?
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I have one fan question here if you guys want it.
Toss it
It
up.
better be good.
This question here from Othello. It's not for you, Nash. I can tell you that much.
All right.
Bigger what the fuck moment, Captain America using Thor's hammer, or the Joker scissor scene?
Oh.
What kind of scissor scene are we talking about?
And
The scissor scene. That fucked me up. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, Thor.
Oh god, I just understood what you said now.
Yeah, Captain America. I always wanted to see him pick up Thor's hammer, so I'm gonna go with that one.
right.
I mean, it works both ways.
Captain America with Thor's hammer
Yeah.
was much more pleasing for me.
I think
That
that's
was a
something I've
great-
always wanted to see when it finally happened in the
exhilarating.
theater. I think, and it was a really good moment.
It all
It
came
really
to
filled
head.
me up
Yeah.
inside.
It was like a bursting of.
I just,
No more
I felt like
innuendos.
I could have grabbed the hammer, you know?
Just go to the next one, please.
I have no more fan questions.
That was it.
You don't have one?
I'm sure you have one from a while back.
We'll have to scroll through Twitter. Improvise.
You don't tweet that much
Well,
to
what's trending?
scroll that far down.
New segment. What's
I
trending?
trend more than you. Trend. I tweet more than you. All you do is tweet about.
What death hit you the hardest?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
You're like, oh, should I have?
Ooh, I got
peanut
a
butter
thing.
and jelly?
You
I got
haven't
a quick
done any
thing.
like good
Quiz.
polls yet. Sorry to cut you off, Aaron. But
No, it's all
I
right.
haven't done a poll in a minute. What am I
do a
doing
poll
today?
today.
Do a
Yeah,
poll right
thank
now.
you. Let's get a good poll.
Quick aside.
You want to do what's trending on Twitter?
But quick aside before.
It's a fun segment.
I'm
That's
a
trending.
big environment guy. You know, people think environment. Yeah, Greta Thunberg, Bernie,
I know you're
Leo,
going
and
with this
me.
already.
But the paper straw does not deserve to be at McDonald's.
Doesn't deserve to be anywhere.
No, I
Get
think
rid of it.
Turtles,
every rinky-dink restaurant. I don't care, but
whales.
everyone knows that the McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprite. It's different. And
Yeah, it
there's
just
something.
erodes that like it does your teeth.
Yeah, and now with the paper straw, it takes some of the spiciness away, and I was not a fan.
I'm going to say I'm completely ignorant as to what turtles do for the environment, what they do in their own ecosystems. Do we have to save
Everything?
turtles?
Time out.
Are they
Time
that
out.
important?
I think so.
They're being stereotyped because they're one of the favorite animals in the sea, but it goes for all of the animals in the sea.
The turtles.
You
are
don't
favorite
think a
animals.
whale gets something stuck in his blowhole? A nice piece of plastic in the blowhole, Aaron.
Yeah, I heard
That's
you.
life, right? Like 99% of the species who
Survival
have
of
lived
the
on
fittest,
Earth have
man.
gone extinct. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
Our
domino
day
effect.
comes.
But
I'm just saying,
no,
plastic
become
straws.
save that.
Plastic straws help the environment everywhere, but not McDonald's.
I'm just saying turtles, when I'm drinking my iced coffee with those paper straws, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I got to research this.
Not really feeling
Unless
it.
the turtles are like the bees, you know?
It's not hitting. No,
Bees
well,
are they're dying.
We
in the
need
water
bees,
already,
though. don't
yeah.
we?
Like if we have a symbiotic
What if I told you the
relationship,
turtle was the bee of the sea?
It's not.
Once
though.
again-
That's a fucking bar. Wow.
the turtle is the bee? That was some Shakespearean
That was
Yeah.
alliteration there.
You know what?
Damn.
The turtle is the bee of the sea. Is that going to be your?
Yeah, that's it. Now he's right. He just went into his
What side are you
notes.
on though? Are you?
I'm on the
Wait,
turtle.
yeah, you wanted this.
I'm
Yeah.
overall on the turtle side, but I
Never
think
know what-
McDonald's should still be able to have plastic.
You want compromise?
You can ask for
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, then I just feel
You
like
just
a
think
dick.
it's unfair for Ron to come out.
I'll ask for 3
Yeah, it's
plastics
like,
when I
can
go.
I get a plastic straw? And then this big alarm goes off.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we'll give you one, but here's the guy that just asked for a plastic straw. Everybody,
But like McDonald's
You don't wanna
soda
be
is like
known as
right
that guy.
from the source. That's peak Coke. I don't want to water that down. If I go to Applebee's and order a Diet Coke, I don't care if I use a plastic straw because it tastes like shit anyway. But at McDonald's, let me have my treat. I'm going to McDonald's. I want my nuggets. I'm gonna gorge out. Let me enjoy my Coca-Cola.
First of all,
Did you find a question yet?
it's highway robbery that they got rid of Powerade at McDonald's.
Yeah, it is.
That is true.
That is insane.
I remember the first time I went there,
McDonald's should be
hungover, just
fine.
to get a Powerade, a big old fountain Powerade, and they didn't have any.
Teddy's right.
McDonald's
why
should be fined.
Why do they get to get away with moves like that?
Yeah, I agree.
I think the worst thing, Taco Bell. No one even told me about this. They just did it and thought no one would notice. I noticed Taco Bell. They got rid of the apple empanada, my favorite little treat.
Wow,
Are
they
you
did.
serious?
Yeah, went there like a month ago. I'm like, I'm gonna get a nice little apple.
Was it a local
little
Taco
apple
Bell,
dessert.
or do we need to go somewhere else?
It's everywhere. They just took it off the menu. Thought, man, no big deal. And
End the podcast now.
I've got one good question here from Brendan Pike at @BrendanPike_.
What's up, Brendan?
If you could put wings on any animal, which animal would you choose?
puppy.
Humans.
Turtle. So they can fucking take care of this
Get
themselves.
Get the fuck out of the sea, and I could drink out of my
Listen, now
own
you
fucking
can
drink
fly,
with
you
a
can-
plastic straw.
Take your family.
Wow. I think the plot twist: all animals should be cut of the wings, because if they have they're in the air. They have
This
an
question-
advantage.
Someone get him another beer. See how we're gonna take
I know.
this.
I'm
Are you
sober
feeling
enough.
it yet?
Do you guys want some more
Am
fan
I-
questions here?
Yeah, let's do a
Feeling?
few more.
Yeah, well, that's why the fans love you, Ted.
I got
Did you
7
see that the
minutes.
other day when somebody
Yeah, I saw
tweeted that? This question here from Akrun at Akrun1. Opinions on Witcher. I thought it was cheesy, but surprisingly good. Well, me and Aaron have finished it.
2
Watch-
episodes in.
I watched the first episode last night.
What'd you think?
You're kind of right.
Keep watching though.
You gave me hope by not saying it was awful right away.
No, because you told me
First
straight.
episode is the worst one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight off the bat, you told me just stick with it and just. It might not be for you.
No,
you thought
did I
like
say that?
You said no. You didn't say.
No, I don't think I recommended it to you.
No,
Don't
you
put
said
that
because
on
I
me.
don't think that.
He's fucking yelling.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's like over the sound waves.
Don't put that recommendation on me.
No, what you did was you told me I don't think it's going to be for you.
Okay, that's all I said though.
Yes,
I didn't say stick with it.
but I've heard people say stick with it. I don't mean to put you into that group.
Okay, don't. Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
Sorry for
I have a
saying
good question here. It's actually good for all of us.
Okay.
This question here from Don Berdol at Don
Hi,
Berdol.
Don.
Good name.
Brady versus LeBron for athlete of the decade.
LeBron.
It should have been Brady.
You or Don?
That Don.
I'm sorry, Don, and I'm happy you're a listener to the show. You're a complete moron.
Well, for the decade,
All
they
right,
both
easy.
have.
Yeah, come on.
They both have.
He's a good guy.
3 championships for the decade, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I would give it to LeBron for the
Yeah.
decade. I
LeBron's
think
a-
you can make the case that Brady has had a greater career overall, his body of work, but for the decade, it's LeBron.
If Brady leaves, if he does, and wins a chip there, I think that will solidify him.
it's too late for Brady.
Well,
to
the
do that.
decade's over.
Also, I mean, I know.
That's like,
guess.
yeah, you
That's
got,
all.
you got
too
me.
late
I
for
guess, but then that's an open question.
Well, I already say overall career. I would give the edge to Brady because I think Brady's the best football player ever.
I think
And
Brady.
LeBron, there's more of an argument
Yeah.
with LeBron Jordan than Brady. I don't know who's his contemporary.
I'm going to
Peyton?
give the hottest take of all time. Aaron Rodgers gets a ring this year. He's the best quarterback of all time.
I think he's.
foolish.
I think he needs like a 3 at
Pound
least.
for pound. What that guy does.
It's,
Yeah, but Brady's
He had a bad
resume
year this year,
is
too.
It's what do you
so
want? It all depends. Like
disgusting.
if
He
you.
went 13-3.
That's why I hate the
Not
goat
'cause of him.
talk. It's like people either.
It's not the defense.
What Aaron Jones have, like 30 touchdowns this year?
Yeah, well, okay, what? He's got a running game, and look
Alright,
how good they do.
Regardless of Nash's bad take, I mean, regardless, like
Yeah.
when people like goat talk, I think it depends. Like, do you weigh championships over talent? It's hard. Like, I think people have different definitions. If you want to tell me Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, the way he's able to move and throw the ball than Brady, I can give
I
you that
agree with that,
argument.
yeah.
But Brady, you have this. Like, it's the same thing.
Go talk is this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard
like
to
it
pin
has to
down.
be an equation.
But it's like when you're so great it's when you're splitting hairs. It's like LeBron, Kobe. That's the argument Kobe fans make. It's like they're so close. My guy just won more.
Yeah.
That's the argument. That's what the argument you have to make with Goat Talk. But then, like the LeBron Jordan aspect, the LeBron fans will go into more of, well, the circumstances were different.
Yeah.
So you just can't go 6. That his 6 is a lot different than his 3.
His 6, LeBron's 3, Kobe's 5.
You got to respect them all. The difference with Brady is that he has 6, and the next closest guy is Montana, and statistically, he's better than Montana. Statistically, he's right there with Rodgers. Rodgers might be the most talented of all time, but Brady's right there. It's not like
Brady
big
finds
gap.
the ways to win.
You could argue like Peyton's a better
cheating.
quarterback than Brady throughout
done?
like his regular season and just his pure skill as a quarterback. But then Brady, the way he did it in the postseason and the championships, that's kind of like.
But I hear
who's the
that.
better,
But Brady's regular season numbers.
Oh, no,
people
he's amazing.
Act like
I think Brady's the best. Yeah.
he's a game manager. The dude's putting up 35 plus touchdowns every year. Never throws over 10 interceptions.
Well, I think-
his rating's always in like the 110s.
I call Brady a game manager, and people take that as like a negative
Cheating.
connotation to it. But it's like he is able to put together him and Belichick a great game plan, and he manages the hell
cheating.
out of it, and they win nonstop.
Yeah, cheat.
It's
There's been multiple. I don't get that. There's
Great
been,
question here if you want to move on.
yes, please.
Okay, just real quick, multiple indications that they've cheated. That's all I'm going to say, cheated.
From Tenzin Samfield. Good names.
Wow.
Strong names.
Very strong names.
Probably mispronouncing that, but I think I pronounced
What'd you-
mispronounced
say it one more time.
Samfield. I don't know. Top 5 Adam Sandler movies.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, Uncut Gems is number 1 for me. I'll do mine first since I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler. Uncut Gems, 50 First Dates, The Longest Yard, Punch Drunk Love, and Spanglish.
So, so you haven't watched any of his earlier stuff?
No, I've seen all of it.
You don't like?
I've seen Happy Madison's, all the productions. Billy Madison,
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, Mr. Deeds.
We were on me and
Anger
Nash were on
management.
PlayStation
I've
the
seen
other
them
day,
all.
and we were just doing old Adam Sandler characters in Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a good time with that.
that was actually really funny.
Yeah, you just do that.
When me
voice.
and Aaron are alone, good time.
When it's just me and Aaron,
All right,
and
give your
Aaron-
5. Give your 5.
We're just vibing.
bottle
Me?
of wine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanic's
tough.
on.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Billy Madison 1, Happy Gilmore 2. I actually really enjoyed Uncut Gems, but I don't think it's gonna make the top 5 because I'm used to the Mr. Deeds 3.
I've never heard a worse sentence in my life, but continue.
Because I'm so used to him being a comedian. Oh boy, Mr. Deeds. Deeds, he's hanging out with McEnroe.
Deeds, you sick ass mofo.
Give me. I'll
Deeds,
probably go
what
50
does
First
he do?
Dates 4, and then 5. Give me.
Are you telling me that Uncut Gems is not better than 50
Well, what hat do I have on? Now my critic hat on or my fan hat on?
Yeah,
You have a little bit of both. You have the divider.
No. Fan.
I think
Fuck
it's
critic.
it's one and the same.
Yeah, I mean,
If you like something, it works for you.
it's weird. Well, I just seen Uncut
True.
Gems.
Don't try to be a
that's
closeted
right. But
Adam Sandler.
but I don't see. I don't
Come on
see him.
out.
I don't see him as that.
Enjoy
I
'em.
just quoted 3 Mr. Deeds lines. You think I'm not a fan of the Sandman?
Yeah, but you're always
I
you're trying to.
love that.
Sandman.
Like
trying to
critically,
say-
obviously, Uncut Gems is the best movie he's ever made. But 50
You think you're Yugi with your critic persona, that somehow you can take off the medallion. All of a sudden, you got this big. You're 6'3", your hair's slicked back.
Critic Aaron's a fucking
Been
stud.
working out.
Watch
Yeah,
him.
he's a boss. Yeah.
Look out.
Multiple personality disorder.
I mean,
He gets the haircut.
I think the one movie that blends both of them very well is like 50 First Dates, where it's funny Adam Sandler, but it's also like a good movie.
Good story.
Yeah. Wedding Singer is another one like that. But like the Billy Madisons and those movies.
Oh, Big Daddy's got to be number 5 for me. Big Daddy's another one.
What do you
Lasagna.
want? Lasagna.
Well, that's the
Cereal.
thing. Adam Sandler is a legend. He's a comedic legend because he has such a unique and significant comedic style. You know, you can quote him for days. We all know. We all do the voices, and so it doesn't work for me, but I can appreciate him as an artist. And obviously, I love what he did with Uncut Gems. So he's talented.
There's so like Waterboy, Little Nicky. I can quote all those movies. I don't know if they're good, but I love them.
Henry Winkler covered in bees.
What's your 5? Do you have a 5?
Well, I'll go with the 3 I just named, and I'll do Waterboy too. We didn't talk about. Happy Gilmore. And let's go with Billy Madison.
I love Billy Madison.
I was like, I don't know. Those were
Every
like my
time that's
child-
on,
I'm
I keep it on.
surprised. You guys didn't add 8 Crazy Nights in there?
That's a movie I haven't seen in years. And
Yeah.
don't
Hilarious
remember.
movie.
It's a technical film. Because actually, Whitey is my favorite character in that. It's not even him. You know, like in all the movies, he's my favorite character. But Whitey in that movie is just, which is, I guess, him technically, but
Yeah.
not
I like
him.
Grown Ups
him.
too. The first Grown Ups. Like,
You're a
people make
big
fun of
Grown Ups
that
guy
movie.
too.
That's a pleasant movie.
No anger management for you guys either?
Anger Management's
Yeah, I forgot
Funny
about
ass
that.
fucking
Wow.
movie.
I'm more of a fan of the Charlie Sheen sitcom spinoff. 100 episodes.
Said nobody.
Yeah, don't look at me like that. 100 episodes.
Wow.
I haven't seen one. This question here from Wayne at Dumbledore Crux. He's a Dumbledore Crux. If
What's
you could
a
have
crux?
a Horcrux from Harry Potter.
A crux?
Yeah, you
how you
split
kill
your soul
Voldemort,
and you put it
something
in a physical object, and that's how you stay alive.
Oh,
Come on, man.
I know. I gotta watch Harry Potter again, huh?
If you could have an El Camino-esque spin-off movie for one of the characters from Game of Thrones, who would it be? I guess the obvious choice is Oberyn. That's the one person people always say.
Yeah.
But continuing their story, I guess, in the style of El Camino,
Yeah. Like
Arya,
after. Yeah, I guess so.
what she's doing.
Yeah, that's probably the most
Yeah.
interesting.
Even John, I would like to see what John does. You know, it's maybe there's another magical threat. They're like, wait a minute, there's more land here.
Wait a second. Yeah, I think Arya's the best one. Her adventures would make for a cool spinoff.
What about Braun? Him just
What's he
roll-
going to do? Sit?
Him and but maybe he'll see something else after.
Bronn or Bran?
Yeah, I never watched Game of Thrones, so
You talking about the wheelchair kid?
I love that I think Nash was trying to say Bran.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying to say
Yeah.
the king, right? And he said Braun, but Teddy also knew that he meant Bran. Because
Well,
he
yeah,
thought that
I'd say the same
you
thing,
thought
yeah.
that Bran's
I'm
name
like
was
thinking,
Bronn.
like, where's Bron at right
was
now?
the same
Like, what's
thing.
he doing? What could make for a funny show?
see. But the thing is, like,
I just like the show to continue, right? After that meeting they have, the Hand of the King meeting.
I just want like a what's that show called? The Sorkin show? A West Wing style, just political. Here's the day to day trying to run the kingdom. No fights, no
Yeah,
magic.
with Bronn,
Just-
Tyrion, and Davos, and Brienne. That's a wacky group.
It's like, oh, we gotta put this new bill into law. It's like, oh, townspeople aren't gonna like it. Just that. Walk
Town
and talks.
halls.
Yeah. Yeah, just make it something else.
I forget his name with the red hair. You wanted to date Brienne.
Tormund?
Tormund. He's not dead, right?
No, he's with John.
Yeah.
Him and John are posted
Yeah, I want
up.
to see that. I want to see him.
That'd be a nice spinoff, yeah. See
He's
what
funny
they do
as
north of
fuck.
the wall. Well, it looks like House of the Dragon. We didn't talk about that. That
Like
was pushed back.
2022.
Yeah, pushed back to 2022.
I don't think it was pushed back. I don't know if it had a date.
Right, yeah, it was just announced.
Yeah. So, 2 more years until we got to go back and join Game of Thrones again.
Don't you have
That
to
should be
leave?
fun.
I gotta leave you.
Okay, well, that's a Nerd Soup podcast for
You guys
today.
keep going. I'm
No,
just gonna
we
get
can
up.
wrap it up. We've been going for a while now. Yeah, I'm Bo Oliver, guys. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Wow.
no problem, man.
Wow.
You were terrific out there.
Yeah.
A little loud,
I look like Flats right now from SpongeBob after drinking that Loco. So
but I like somebody who you have to reel them back, you know? You're Westbrook of the podcast. And I know Westbrook's your guy.
ew.
You
Teddy?
don't like Westbrook?
No.
Thanks for joining us.
I don't want to go to work right now.
Yeah, you going to work?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the Etuan Moore
Gotta take care of your chicken.
and your mental.
Isn't that's Marshawn Lynch, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Aaron?
We're good. Can I say something before this podcast closes?
No.
Let him say it.
Okay, say it.
No, I just want to say that we are on the international menu. That whether they like our sports or like this and that, they like to listen to us, and we're on the menu. Soup is on the menu throughout the world. You know.
I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
God damn it! I'm trying to be nice for the fans. Yeah, fuck you.